It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC West. It's the Rams and the Cards, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. On the return is Brandon Powell. And he returns this to the 22.
Come on now, let's go.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Now the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious. Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
22.
They'll run here with Akers. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Five yards remain on second down. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Stafford. Fighting through pressure. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. J.J. Watt. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray steps away to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no run back here for Moore. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And he'll need to put that interception out of his mind quickly, because between the field goal and the pick six, they're already looking up at a 2-score differential.
And isn't it interesting that a lot of the time when we talk about having a short memory, we say that's a defensive back, right? Got beat for a touchdown pass, throw it out. Quarterbacks have to do the same thing. They make a mistake, come back and be the best quarterback you were before.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Murray trying again after the pick six. And complete to Zach Ertz. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Good throw there to start this second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after you've thrown a pick six. You might want to just run the football, but I think in most cases you want to give him easy throws that he's comfortable with to get him going again. And it's not necessarily just throwing one or 2 yards. What throws does he like to make? Give him a couple of those and get him going.
Definitely looked like one he was comfortable with on the last throw. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Murray. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Set to go again. Here's Cam Akers in the LA offense. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
Well, the football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals.
And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. Green's got it over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. On play action, it's Murray. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Murray now. Finding Green complete. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. Murray giving to Connor on the option. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there.
Let's go.
The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Cam Akers and the Rams offense ready to go back to work. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Stafford on 1st down.
He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Stafford.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
To the air again, Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
That was J.J. Watt getting in there and getting him to the ground. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've come to halftime. It's the visiting Rams taking the lead to the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you'd figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
On second down, here's the option. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, a give to Connor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Second and 11 now. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
On first down, Stafford here. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision. Just send that one to the sideline.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Throwing is Stafford. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And it'll be 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
Here's Riley Dixon now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The drive will start with an option going left. Powers through. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
2nd and 5 now. Murray.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Murray. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give him a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the 1st down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
4 yards remain for second down. Shotgun now from Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Squeeze, double. Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, no, he lost the football. I'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our fourth quarter tie. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Oh, the return is Powell. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. L.A. readies for its next possession. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Now a first down throw, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. His throw incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to let the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Stafford. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Rams. Touchdown. Darrell Henderson from 6 yards away. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 17-13, a minute 50 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down.
To throw is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack. But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Murray to throw. And the reception made by Green. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Murray. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Murray. And this is caught, touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. Flag down. Let's see if this will stand. Late game, that hurts. Take the touchdown off the board.
No doubt about it, and this is where you make a great movie scene, right? Go in, rally the team. Okay, we lost points there. Let's get it back and go out and score again. Can he get it done?
Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here's Powell on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now it's the Rams' turn, trailing by a field goal. A little over 30 seconds remaining. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on first down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Stafford. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now it's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.